What's poppin'? What's
Yeah.
poppin'?
Yeah. At long last. If this episode doesn't go up, might just quit. Not gonna lie. This shit is getting insane.
This shit is getting tiring.
It's been like 2 weeks. We've been trying to film this episode for y'all for a long time, man. A lot of technical difficulties, a lot of delays, a lot of nonsense.
But nevertheless, we're here.
We're here.
We're here
to bring you the first episode of We're Having a Conversation. So welcome, everybody. If you know us, appreciate you for pulling up. If you don't know us, nice to meet
What's poppin'? I'm Tony.
What's going on? They call me Eazy Capone. You can call me E. And yeah, we're having a conversation, man. About what?
A little bit of everything. Simply put.
You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Just here to chop it up.
You want your you want your sports news, you can come to us. You know, you want your public domain news, you know. You come to us, anything that's going on, you know, any breaking news, if we can get to it before CNN, ABC, or Fox, you'll hear it here first. And yeah, we're just we're having a convo, man. So those of you that I've already followed on the social medias and you know, giving us your support, we appreciate that. Thanks for coming along. And let's enjoy the ride. Appreciate that.
So, my fault, y'all. I'm trying to roll.
I gotta start myself. I gotta start on mine. Just to get things going, it's a beautiful Sunday evening right now at the time of recording, and a lot of games today in the NFL. How you feel about? Yeah, about to say. Obviously we've got something fan in here. You know, you guys could guess. We got a Steelers fan.
Let Russ cook. Fuck niggas.
No, Russell Wilson has been cooking lately.
Let me stop.
But just while we got time, we can go over a couple of these scores.
All right,
that was yesterday. All right, so Miami beat the Raiders.
Well, let's start with Thursday.
Today.
Let's start with Thursday.
You want to start with Thursday?
No, let's just briefly talk about it. Nothing crazy to talk about.
Well, Philly beat Washington. Shout out to Washington, because I'm not the big football guy on the show, but I know enough to know that Washington's been playing pretty good, right?
Yeah, man, Washington's playing really good ball.
Right.
Coming off of the loss to us last week, I think it was kind of big for Washington to just get out there and try to get back to what they could do. Now, granted, Philly's a good team.
No, Philly's always.
I'm not surprised
Philly
won that game
for a while now, anyway. So,
but it's not a knock on Washington. Philly winning that game, you know. Philly's hard to stop with Saquon. If you pull up,
that man. I watched that man take off the other day.
What do you have again? I think he had like one something on the ground, 2 tugs.
Let's ask Google. Yeah. I'm sorry, I type like an old person. I'm sorry.
That dude.
Yeah.
I'd be quick to it. I got the ESPN over here. I'm just trying to get this shit rolled.
You over there rolling that guy up.
Yeah, this shit is like ridiculous. Jumbo.
That Marie.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's see here. We don't want stat news.
Type shit.
Let's see what we got going on though.
Yes, it should be right here.
He had.
Go ahead.
He had 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions,
52 yards.
52 yards, yeah.
What's that, like 100 and goddamn 90 some almost 200 yards of total offense by himself.
A lot of yardage. He had a great game against Washington. Shout out Saquon Barkley. Yeah, watch out for Philly. The same thing as every year. Philly seems like they're gonna be, you know, they should be all right.
Yeah, man.
You know, just come down to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, a lot of these teams now, and I'll kind of touch more base on that as we make our way down the list of teams.
Yeah.
A lot of this is like teams are really good in the regular season, and we know they're going to be good in the regular season. Hell, Pittsburgh is included in that. You can win a lot of regular season games, but if you're not winning in the playoffs, the shit don't matter for real.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah, what was next game?
Next game was Miami in Vegas. I
think Miami won that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Miami went out there, beat Vegas 34-19. Seemed like it was a pretty good game, probably.
Yeah, Vegas is a weird one because it's like
They seem like they tread the fence often.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they have a guy yet that you could say is like, oh, that's our guy.
no.
But
I think a lot of that for teams be culture, man. Like you got good players in places, but if there's no culture there, you're not gonna do shit.
yeah,
I think that's the big thing. Like there was a big buy-in to Antonio Pierce. I think that's his name, the coach out there when he became interim coach last year. But
right.
it's like I don't know. I don't see the same drive from the team like what they had last year. Or
That makes sense.
I think that was last year. Regardless, they don't seem as hungry. I don't know if it's locker room. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know exactly what it may be that has them acting like that, but I'm not really impressed. And I don't think anybody has been impressed.
Really impressed.
I don't think anybody's really been impressed by them. But regardless of that, Miami's doing Miami-like things with Tua back out there.
Yeah, come on,
we briefly touched.
We did on the last episode that will never make it to air, unfortunately.
But we briefly touched upon Tua, his health.
Yeah, man. Just a brief rundown. I'm not gonna drag it kind of like how I dragged it last time we had the conversation, but I mean, just be careful with that man's health. They just got to be mindful with it. Don't just send him out there like he's product. Have him destroy yourself. So 10 years from now he's driving into 7-Elevens in the middle of the night because of what he's got going on in his brain. Like you don't want that to happen.
This shit not funny.
So,
but in all seriousness, for real, man.
But as long as he's being safe, man.
You gotta keep him protected. Keep him upright. Good line in front of him. Make sure he's sliding when he does run. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. You really got to keep Tua healthy. As you can see, Miami wins game when Tua is healthy.
That's true.
That's the firm line. You have wide receiver weapons. You have. I'd have to pay more attention to their defense to know how good their defense really is. But I know that offense is potent when Tua is out there running it.
He's a good quarterback. He's a good player.
He's definitely a good player.
He's just
got
to be careful
his
with
health.
the man's
Yeah,
health.
man,
That's
his health.
All right, that's enough of them. New Orleans beat the Cleveland Browns today.
New Orleans getting back to kind of looking like that team they were earlier.
Shout out my boy Dev. He's a Browns fan. He's not gonna be too fond of this.
Shout out Dev.
Section of the episode.
He a real
but nonetheless, Saints. They're
the Saints are who we thought they were.
Life post Drew Brees hasn't been easy for them, but
hasn't.
It seems like they're making do.
Derek Carr looked good today, though. 21 completions on 27 attempts.
For the Saints?
248 yards, about 9 yards per pass, 2 tugs, no turnovers. We like to see that out of Derek Carr. Derek Carr is actually a really good quarterback when he's minimizing his turnovers.
Good.
I think as long as obviously we've seen the Saints win games when Derek Carr is out there playing that type of ball. When he's playing good ball, they can win games. Even though they're 4-7, I don't really see them making a push for the playoffs out there.
Yeah, I
don't know. The NFC South is weird though, and it's not that they can't rip off some wins here and maybe make it look like a wild card team, but I think that ship kind of sailed with the little streak of games they lost. Nevertheless, I think as long as Derek Carr is playing like that, they're still going to win some games going down the stretch.
New Orleans, though.
Tyson Hill, I'm sorry. Tyson Hill has 7 carries for 138 yards.
This is real time, by the way, folks. You're hearing this in real time.
That's nuts. That's actually nuts. For the fact that Tyson Hill, you don't know Tyson Hill for real, but like Tyson Hill was like a quarterback.
Sorry, Tyson, I'm not familiar with
quarterback, special teamer, tight end, running back. He's a little bit of everything. He's like a Swiss Army knife for them. So that's tough. 7 carries, 3 tugs, 138. The man was averaging almost 20 yards a carry.
Oh, that's some good ones.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough. Shout out Tyson. Shout out
Tyson Chandler. Not Tyson Chandler.
Shout out Tyson. Next on the board, we got Indy and the Jets. That was actually.
I was just about to say it looked like it was a good game.
Really good one. Jets went down early, but hold on. Shout out my dude. Shout out my sister Ashley. They're both Colts fans, but. Jets went down early. They fought back, made it a game, made it look kind of, a little bit better. What I want to do is I want to shout out Anthony Richardson.
Shout out Anthony Richardson.
Shout out Anthony Richardson. You get benched a couple weeks ago. They turn back to you, and what do? You come out there and you respond by leading a game-winning drive in that final 2-minute stretch.
It's supposed to be, man.
And you finish the game out strong like that. I think that's what they want to see out of their young prospects.
Call resilience, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. I think like we also briefly touched on in one of those videos that really won't get to touch the net. A lot of young quarterbacks are being given up on. Yeah. They're being put on the field early, not being able to produce, not being able to develop, and then being put back to the side, So I like to see what the Colts did. You bench them. You do show that there is a leash that you're on to a sense. I don't want you to think you can just get out there and do everything willy-nilly because you haven't earned that.
You don't want that with
yet.
Any athlete in any franchise.
Exactly.
Though, so
you haven't earned that yet. But to be able to go back out there and answer by showing up for your guys when they needed you to, that's what you want out your QB. That's what you want out your franchise guy. That's what you want out your star. That's what you want out of your leader. So shout out to him. Kudos to him, man.
And shout out to the Jets, even though, they've been here and there. Aaron Rodgers is still. I'm a former Jets fan. For all of you that are unfamiliar with me, I'm from New York, and I used to be a Jets fan. Only issue was around that time, it was very hard to be a Jets fan and a Knicks fan simultaneously.
Mark Sanchez butt fumble type beat.
Mark Sanchez and Andrea Bargnani are not a good combo to root for at the same time. Let me just say it like that.
Bad for your mental health.
It is awful for your mental health.
Terrible for that shit.
So just, full disclosure here. But hey, I always got, I got a little soft spot for him in my heart. Because just being a New York guy, you just put New York in front of anything, and, we're going to root for it, obviously. But, I mean, I hope they can at least make a push for the playoffs from what I've seen. I haven't been keeping too much up with it. Like, I'm the basketball guy, but, I mean, they look like they've been playing decent, better than they have been when I used to watch them. So, I mean, kudos to the Jets, but shout out to the Colts for getting that win. And that's it.
Yeah, I don't even touch much base on the Jets.
Yeah. Not really.
We'll see. We'll see how this shit look down the back stretch of the season.
Nothing too newsworthy there. Minnesota beat Tennessee today. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Shout out Jay Jets. Man. He became the youngest player, I believe it is. Oh, no. He has the most receiving yards through his first 5 years in the league.
All right.
I seen that. Shout out Jets, man. Shout out Jets, man.
Yes, sir.
That's tough.
Got it, yeah.
Sam Darnold went out there. Pretty decent game. 20 completions, 32 attempts, 246, 2 tugs, no turnovers. We like to see that. I love to see a quarterback managing the ball well. A lot of times, if you have a good defense like Minnesota has, and you have weapons, it's not about doing hero ball when you're the QB. Get the ball in your guys' hands. Let them make plays. Let the defense stay fresh. Let the defense make plays. And a lot of times you can put something together. That's what I've always preached for Pittsburgh quarterbacks, and that's what I see Sam Darnold did this game. The 2 tugs is a nice add-on, obviously, of course, but no real hero ball. He didn't have to go out there and throw for 4 some odd plus, a couple touchdowns, shit like that. You feel me?
Did I not bring any grabber? I don't think I brought any grabber. And I left it sitting on my table in the... It's okay. That's okay. Yeah, probably answer. Green Bay bested the Bears.
Now that, my friend, was a really good one. Came down to a game-winning field goal block as time expired. The Bears I won't say should have, but the Bears were really close to kind of pulling off that dub, So they dropped, I think that's 4 straight now. Ooh. But when you see a young team losing games like that, it is crushing. But it also shows you kind of, they can stick around. They can try to put up some blows and throw some swings in there. I think Caleb Williams actually, let me pull up his numbers real quick, because I saw earlier some of his rushing numbers, but I want to look at Caleb Williams today. 23 completions, 31 attempts, 231 yards, and another 70 yards on the ground. No touchdowns, but no turnovers.
That's a hell of a game still.
That's what's big.
Hell of a game.
You want him to cut down on those turnovers. Something that Chicago's going to have to fix, though, is they're going to have to protect him. He's been the most sacked in the league this year, and I think as a rookie, as your rookie guy,
that's your line.
You can expect him to perform under those conditions.
That's your line.
It's big on the line. It's big on the line. The line definitely has to tighten up. On the other side of the ball, Jordan Love today, 13 completions, 17 attempts, touchdown, and interception. And it looks like he also had another touchdown on the ground. So we like to see that. I saw them talking about Jordan Love earlier.
There's a washing machine going. If you guys are picking that up in the background, we're not sure if the mics can hear it, but if we listen back and they do, just,
Don't judge us for washing our clothes. You know?
What?
Regardless of any of that, I like to see what Jordan Love did. It looked like he was back to minimizing trying to do too much. Good. You know, you want him to go out there and, again, another situation where you don't want this guy trying to play hero ball. I'm not asking you to do that much, so you don't have to go out there and try to do that much. So I like to see what I saw out of him today too as well.
All right.
Detroit and Jacksonville.
This one here.
I don't need to talk much about this.
If you guys know about this by now, if by the time you're watching this
you
video,
should know about this.
Yeah.
Detroit did what we would like to call put belts to asses. 52-6. Part of me wants to
say that again. 52-6.
Part of me wants to pull up these stats and see what happened, but part of me knows this is a lot of Detroit running up and down the field and a lot of the Jags not stopping it.
That means they missed the field goal.
Yeah, they definitely missed the extra point. Well, no, or they kicked 2 field goals. They either kicked 2 field goals or they scored and missed the extra point. It looks like they kicked 2 field goals. However.
Okay.
So it looks like the offense did jack shit.
Hey, man, Jacksonville.
Oh, my God. Jared Goff, 24 completions, 29 attempts, 412 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. David Montgomery also gave you 2 touchdowns on the ground, followed up with Jahmyr Gibbs giving you 1. And I'm pretty sure somewhere in the midst of these things, your defense more than likely caused some turnovers, and they might have scored as well. No, actually, it doesn't look like the defense scored. So, regardless of that,
there's not even really too much you could
there's not much to talk about that.
I don't think there's an excuse for getting beat this bad. I'm sorry.
Detroit might just be the best football team in football right now.
Think so? Right now, they're the best?
I understand that Kansas City is undefeated.
Tell me what you guys think about that.
Barring,
who do you guys think the best team in football is right now? Go ahead.
That's barring the results of tonight's game with Kansas City and Buffalo. If Buffalo wins, Kansas City is tied at 9-1 with Detroit. And when you look back at the records through the games played, stats and everything, Detroit looks like they're better than Kansas City by a mile, man. I'm not even lying. I don't want to bet against Patrick Mahomes, and if they got into a head-to-head, obviously I think it's maybe But right now Detroit looks really, really good, man. I think anybody needs to be scared lining up against them.
Yeah, 52-6. I'd be a little scared. So shout out Detroit for that. Great win, boys. Next up we got the Rams bested the Patriots 28-22. Shout out my boy Julian. He a Patriots fan. Told him we'd talk about him up here. We ain't gonna kill him though.
No, we're gonna touch back.
We still got to get to his other team.
Man, Matt Stafford, 18 completions, 27 attempts, 295 in the air for 4 tugs. Man, we like to see that. Puka Nacua, you feel me? I had to put some emphasis on that. 7 catches, 123 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah. And y'all know Mr. Cooper Kupp does what Cooper Kupp does. 6 catches, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Boy.
So it looks like they were
all around great game by the Rams. Yeah, you feel all around great game.
Slicing and dicing. Defense looked pretty solid.
Everybody
Drake
did their part.
Shout out Drake May. Drake May has looked good the last couple of weeks. And for a rookie, I think it's kind of back to what I was saying about Anthony Richardson. Drake May was given the ability, however, to not start this year off. Jacoby Brissett started the year off. Drake May got put out there. I think he got pulled back, and now he's back out there. But allowing somebody to sit behind a pro and learn, I think that does make a difference. It makes a lot of difference. So Drake May today, 30 completions on 40 pass attempts, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. I can live with that. I think when you get into a shootout with a rookie like that, when he can kind of help still throw blows. They lost that game 28-22, which means it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't a blowout.
It was fighting back.
Shout out Drake May. I throw some love your way, bro. Shout out Drake May.
Nice. All right. This is the game that you were looking forward to today, and the game a lot of you was looking forward to. If I'm not mistaken, this was the rivalry game today.
A little bit of the best rivalry in football. No bias. All facts.
Steelers were able to get past the Ravens, 18-16. Sounded like that was a hard nose.
Hey, man, I could sit here all day and get y'all play-by-play. I watched it, but you feel me? But regardless of any of that, what I'm going to say is this. Today, you saw a defensive battle, okay? Both teams, Baltimore averages about 30 points some odd on the year. Steelers have been averaging about 30-some-odd points since Russell took over starting.
Oh, wow.
As you can see, neither team cracked 20. Okay, so it was a game about the defense stepping up.
Battle of the defenses.
What made a big difference for Pittsburgh was our ability to cause turnovers. Me and my pops talked about this earlier. Shout out Stewart. Shout out Stewart, man. We talked about this earlier. whoever won the turnover battle was going to win the game. The Steelers calls 3 turnovers. Baltimore calls us 1. We walk away with a victory.
There you go.
Simply put, Derrick Henry today had his first fumble in 500-plus rush attempts. First fumble lost, I believe it was. And that was on, I think, his second carry of the game. Okay. Second carry of the game, we forced a fumble from Derrick Henry. That puts us in position to kick a field goal. Lamar had threw his first interception today, I believe it was, in 161 pass attempts.
Wow.
So it's a matter of causing turnovers in big-time plays, in big games. And I think that's where the line was drawn today. Shout out Patrick Queen. Shout out Patrick Queen. Revenge game today. You go back to Baltimore. Earlier this week, they covered how he felt a little slighted because Baltimore didn't offer him a contract this offseason to resign him. Ooh. So that played a big role into the decision to come, come sign with Pittsburgh. I get to see y'all twice a year now.
Yeah.
And today, what did he do? Let's see. I know he had a forced fumble, and he recovered the fumble he forced. On top of that, he also gave us 10 tackles, 3 solos. The rest of those are assisted, and a tackle for a loss.
See how far a little motivation can take somebody?
Just a little bit, man. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Gotta have
Shout out
drive.
Russ. Even with the no touchdowns today, an interception, but he played smart.
We know how good Russell Wilson is.
That's what we needed out of him.
We acknowledge Russell Wilson's talent. We know how good he is at just playing football.
Exactly. Exactly. And a lot of people tried to write him off when he was with Denver, and I'm glad to see Russ out here really cooking and showing people. That seems like more of a situational thing anyway. It's always a situational thing, man. But regardless of that, the boys looked good today. The defense really impressed me with knowing how high-powered that Baltimore offense is. Nice. I don't think we'll keep them down forever. Obviously, we have to see them again. But right now, we're going to ride off the high of the win. So good shit today, guys.
Shout out to Steelers. Go win, Steelers.
Oh, number 1 in the AFC North. Come fuck with us. All right, where we at next?
That's it for the games that have already taken place today. We got a couple still in progress. At the time of recording,
Seattle is trailing 13-17 to San Francisco with about 5 left in the fourth.
Shout out his brother,
the Broncos. Yeah, shout out Dre. Hopefully the 49ers can pull this off.
Broncos are smacking the Falcons right now, 31-6. Can't wait to see what the final score of that game is going to be.
That'll be fun. And the big game for the 4 o'clock slot was this Chiefs and Bills game. I can touch on this a little bit. The Bills are up right now 16-14, but everybody that knows football, that has been invested into the Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen rivalry the last couple of years will note and know Josh Allen can find ways to win these games in the regular season. He has yet to beat the Chiefs in the postseason. And Josh said it himself, that's what's important. He has to win that game, that big game. So, you want to see them win this game. It'll be nice to be the team to give Kansas City their first loss on the year. I know they're looking forward to that. Maybe. Yeah, no, they're not enough. So if they can squeak this out, I know they'll be happy about that. It'll also show that they can beat Kansas City. But until you do it in the big game, nobody's really gonna give you too much, flowers for it.
We're not ignorant on this show at all as far as sports goes. We acknowledge the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. I just wanted to just get your opinion real quick. He's like the next Brady, right? Like that's like
I think it's hard to argue
at the moment. Like he's the next Brady. You guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, if you agree, because like I said, some of you probably know more about football than I do. But at the same time, from what I've seen over the years and the consistent greatness that this man accomplishes on the football field on a year to year, like I'm talking like his team is always in or about to be in the Super Bowl. Like I can't remember a time in the past few years where they weren't like a Final Four team.
Hey man, shout out Pat, man.
Shout out Pat Mahomes, bro.
I definitely do not discredit the man's greatness.
I
definitely think when you look at the numbers, they don't lie. He is probably the next closest thing we're seeing to Tom Brady. With that being said, though, I think you have to take in consideration how I want to put it. I think you have to take into consideration there's a lot going on right now, and I think Patrick doesn't want to be wrapped up in being known as the next Tom Brady. He wants to be
known as the first Patrick Mahomes, and that's what's going to make him great. He wants to be the first Patrick Mahomes not the next Tom Brady. And that, for all you kids out there, that's what separates the
men from the
greats
boys
from the goats.
type
I
shit.
said that's what separates the greats from the goats.
Yeah, you know, Patrick does the shit his own way. You know, when you think of
With that
the level,
voice, no bass in that voice. Still killing your favorite teams out there.
when you think of the level of greatness, yeah, they both play up to a great level. Just Patrick does it in his own way, and Tom did it in his own way.
Yeah.
It's cool to experience and it's cool to watch it. It's cool to live through it. So
Definitely,
it'll
cool
be fun
to
it'll be fun to see how it's done when it's all said and done.
And
tonight's game,
yeah, I'm about to say last couple games we got going on are just we got Bengals Chargers, and then tomorrow, yeah, we got Texans Cowboys. So down in Texas, for all you Texans down there, got y'all a nice little battle. Oh, Sandy Cheeks head ass.
Hey man.
So yeah, that's it for the NFL for right
that's
now.
for that.
Like I said, you guys go ahead, comment what you guys think about, what we discussed. Let us know who you guys' favorite teams are. You know what I'm saying?
I actually am curious to know, can I get a division winner from everybody? Either you can give me who you got for each division so far with how we've seen it, or give me your division, whatever your team is out of. I would like to see what y'all think. Drop them in the comments. I'll touch base on them next week, and I'll let y'all know what I think.
And if you've made it this far, we'd like to make a quick little announcement. Once this channel reaches 100 subscribers, me and my boy over here are going to be chipping in and sending one of you subscribers $100.
Yeah,
$100 subscribers, giveaway. Somebody getting $100. How do you win? How do you enter? Just subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe. Shout out the page.
Leave a couple comments. Leave a couple.
Yeah, man. Just
whatevers.
I'm trying to give it.
Notice you if we pick you.
A supporter that's active.
Yeah.
You feel me? So.
Yeah. No fake love, guys.
That's all.
We just want to talk.
So
that's all.
Free little giveaway. As soon as we
tell a friend to tell a friend. The sooner we reach 100 subscribers, the sooner one of you guys gets paid. So do with that information what you will. We'll see what happens.
All right, on to the next.
Moving on. That's it for the NFL. NBA. Let's get into the NBA now.
The NBA games today.
Big old slate. Let's see.
First things first. Around here there is a bias. New York only.
Absolutely. We'd like to talk about the last game that.
Let's touch base on. Shout out, Mr. Jalen Brunson.
Shout out. I want to shout out two people specifically. Shout out Mr. Jalen Brunson, Mr. In your face, right?
Fuck.
Hell of a shot, hell of a performance, hell of a game against the across the bridge rivals over there in BK. Shout out the Nets. You guys are playing very good this year. I'm not gonna act like y'all aren't playing above expectations this year, because you guys are. So shout out to you guys for that. But you know what happens when you come to that Garden. The second person I'd like to shout out is shout out to the rookie Ariel Hukporty. If you guys aren't familiar with Ariel Hukporty's game, go YouTube his highlights against Brooklyn.
Do your research about my man.
Listen, I got a lot of respect for my team. I love everybody on my team.
Definitely.
Jericho Sims, you might as well just start packing. This man who's a rookie, who's been playing professional basketball since he was 15 years old, is quite obviously more developed than Jericho Sims already, with certain skill sets that I think a center is just supposed to have.
Yeah, especially in today's game, like I say, in today's game, it's not just big for your center to be able to do the original things that they did, rebound, defend, stuff like that, but it's also big for them to be able, if you're not going to be able to score, you have to be willing to crash the offensive board and get a second chance points, and you also have to
take
be
up base.
Big. I was also going to say you also have to be able to at least facilitate a little bit. You ain't got to be. You ain't got to be Joker with it. You feel me? You ain't got. I don't need triple doubles from my big man.
Okay? I mean, if you got one, go for it.
We got guys that are going to do it, so I'm not asking for that, but I am asking for the simplicity, like the simple things of us getting you the ball and you being able to get it back out to guys. Or I saw this past game, hitting Michael on a backdoor cut. Little things.
Something simple like that.
Nothing too crazy.
Offensive boards.
Like I said, I think
wanting to block the shots,
backup,
wanting to go get the block.
Look, man, as a backup 5, I think the biggest part of your game, what we're expecting out of you is like 6 and 6, bro. 6 and 6, maybe a block or two.
That's what
you don't have
Precious
to do
Achiuwa
nothing
did
crazy
last season, pretty much.
Exactly. You don't have to do anything too crazy,
especially on this team, because our starting 4 and 5 are two dynamic bigs in their own way. Exactly. Karl Anthony Towns is obviously an elite scorer, elite shooter, all of that. And then you've got Mitchell Robinson, who, by the way, people, is still not healthy, who still hasn't played yet for us. So all that Knicks slander, still not even 100%. But that's an elite rim protector, rebounder, led the league in offensive rebounds. Whenever he's healthy, he's leading the league in offensive rebounds, basically. So, yeah, man,
we're a dangerous squad.
We're a dangerous squad. Shout out Huck Porty, like I said, though, because that's somebody that a lot of you guys might have seen a clip of our guy Deuce McBride telling him this is how you earn the minutes. This is how you earn trust from coach and things of that nature. And quite, sure enough,
he's utilizing it. When you get time on the floor, you have to produce. That's something big for Coach Tiggs.
Cat, we needed somebody to fill that void down there, and
he's done a great job of it.
He literally stole Jericho Sims' minutes, and I got no beef with Jericho Sims. He's a great lob threat. He's a great athlete. He's just got certain skills that he needs to polish a little bit more. That Porty kind of already has. He's already a great. The man had 4 blocks.
Facts. He definitely did 4 blocks. But some guys have to go different places to really be able to develop well. Yep. And it might be a situation like that for Jericho. I look at somebody like RJ. Let's look at RJ, for example.
Shout out
RJ was able to develop in his own way with us, but you've seen a real big growth in his game since he's been in Toronto because he's been able to play more of a game that is favorable to how he should be playing.
Yeah, shout out to Maple Mamba, Rowan Barrett II. We love RJ.
Triple-double in the OT loss to Boston last
We love RJ. RJ's been averaging a career high in points this year. He's looking like, Toronto's kind of leaning on him while Scotty's recovering from his, his face issue, whatever he's got going on with his face. And,
I seen man,
couldn't be more proud of RJ, man.
Damn, I'm about to change the subject. I seen nigga said Scotty was dressed like goddamn Arthur.
He was. He had to be going for it, right? He had to be going for it. This man, Scotty is he on the
He's
spectrum?
A character.
I guess we'll never know.
I don't want to cross that bridge.
Yeah. Knicks play later on tonight. Probably by the time we finish recording, we're on at 7 tonight. So
yeah, definitely probably
rematch against Brooklyn. We'll see how that goes. Probably talk about that next episode.
We'll cover that.
Let's get to today's games though. A lot of games currently in progress. Looks like they really just started.
We can start with that big game.
Right here?
Yeah, we'll start off with that one. That's the only one that's done,
All right, cool. It's the only one that's pretty much wrapped up for right now.
Yeah,
Suns Timberwolves was the early game this Sunday.
Shout out Julius Randle.
Yo, no Julius Randle slander.
We won't stand for the shit here, man.
Not on this channel.
Stand for it. Y'all gonna respect.
I don't know how a lot of you other Knicks fans felt about Ju. We loved Ju. There would be no current New York Knicks without Julius Randle. Julius Randle, when Kevin Durant gave us a middle finger, when Kyrie Irving gave us a middle finger,
everyone was giving New York a middle finger.
When the NBA draft said, no Zion for you guys.
Julius stepped up to the plate,
Julius Randle said, give me the contract. I'll sign it.
I'll do it.
I'll take on the load.
He didn't shy away from the shit that came with New York, man. He didn't. And I respect the man for it.
And 3 All-Stars, 2 All-NBAs, and a Most Improved Player later. A couple playoff appearances.
I hope the man has earned you guys' respect like he's earned mine. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I know whose respect he just earned today.
Phoenix.
You fans in Minnesota and Phoenix. Shout out Julius Randle. If you guys haven't heard, Timberwolves beat Suns 117-120 today behind a ankle-breaking, buzzer-beating game winner
from
Julius Randle.
Oh my God.
That's for all you. This for all you Julius Randle haters. I got an ISO shot right here. For all you Julius Randle haters, that's for y'all. Yo,
Regardless of it,
shout out Big 30.
See that.
That's Big 30.
Let's look at what the numbers from that.
What was the numbers looking like from that game?
Let's go back. I got you. I'll pull them right up. Let's see it.
Crazy as hell. Thinking that man is not top 5 at his position. Come on.
Man, Julius. Ooh, he led the way with 35, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 5-11 from behind the 3-point line. It's almost like he can play basketball. I don't know.
It's almost like a 2-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Star forward. It's good.
Oh my. It's far-fetched. Oh, wait. But I mean, since we're on the topic of former Knicks in Minnesota hooping, Devo off the bench with 15, 5.
Finally had a bounce-back game. What was he? 5 for what from 3?
5 for 10. 5 for 10 from 3.
Not bad.
That's all he took. He's 5-11 from the field, 5 for 10 from 3.
Devo been shaky in Minnesota to start the season, so good to
see him getting his legs back under him. Ant did his thing as usual, 24 points, 6 assists, 4
He's up
boards.
next. Everybody knows that. Shout out Anthony Edwards.
Ant did his thing. And a slight little double-double from Rudy, actually, 11 and 10. So it looks like they were clicking on a little bit of all cylinders, you know. Over on the other side of the ball, it doesn't look like KD played tonight.
No, he's been injured. Okay, he's been out. Get well soon, KD.
Devin Booker, motherfucking Booker.
Heard he had a 40-something?
44, 7 and 6.
44, 7 and 6 for the
man,
the young son.
I guess Dev Book wished the shot came down to him instead of Jew, right? Well, it is what it is.
And we're not hating on Phoenix, man. I'm actually a big KD fan. He is my he's up there with my favorite players in the league. He's tied with Steph. I'm one. That's our generation. For all you young bulls that might watch, sorry, but
they're still cooking.
Y'all saw
what Steph just did against Dallas? Y'all saw it.
We're gonna get
that was
there.
personal.
Do they play tonight?
That was
they don't even play tonight. But
at time of recording right now, we got Miami trailing to the Pacers 78-65 in the third.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I gotta do it. I'll do it just because the last episode didn't really get aired, so you guys didn't hear. I'm not a hater. We're not haters on this show, but Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, he's good. He's great. He's great. You know, he's a great player. Is he as great as everybody thinks he is, or is expecting him to be?
Nah, not really. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
Is he overrated? Slightly. Sorry. Pacers fans might kill us in the comments. I encourage you to kill us in the comments.
Said it once, I'll say it twice. Hallie is the second option. Third option.
He's a great second option.
He's not a one.
He's a guy that you want, and I think I said it last time. He's a guy you want to run your offense, facilitate, set people up, but he's not your first scoring option.
Yeah, he's the guy I want getting shots when somebody else is getting attention.
He's the guy I want to find Pascal off ball and stuff like that, because he can. You know, Hallie's good.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's bad. I just think there has to be more firepower for Hallie to be on a real legit winning squad. You know, that's all I'm saying.
And, you know, for everybody to be hyping him up as the next great point guard in the league, you still got, first of all, Luka is probably, you'll probably put him 1. Most people have him 1. I think Steph is still up there with Luka as far as
the level he's playing at.
Hell, if you want to, Shea, you got Shea, Steph, and Luka all out west.
Playing nuts.
That could be your 1, your 2, and your 3 if you're ranking top 5. I'm not ever in my life going to take Halliburton over Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't either. Yeah, man. And then you got
LaMelo's playing at a high level.
LaMelo's playing at a high level. You got Ja
playing ridiculous right now too, actually, man.
Darius Garland, I would say, is playing better than Tyrese Halliburton right now.
Yeah.
You got a lot of guys. You got a lot of guards that are.
They're just playing high.
You know?
It hasn't transitioned back to being a big man's league just yet.
Not yet. It is though. It's definitely getting there.
So
you guards better step it up.
Still a lot of great guard play going on. I just think we need to see more out of Hallie for me to jump on a train.
For me to crown him that guy in Indiana.
Hell, man, De'Aaron's been playing out of his mind.
Fox
games,
scored
a 60 ball, and he followed up. He scored like 100.
He's got 109 or 106, something like that, points in the last two.
Games, so he's been playing ridiculous.
People forget about Fox because Sabonis is over there just drinking all those triple doubles. Shout out Sabonis too, bro.
That happens a lot, man. You got a lot of good players on teams with other good players, and they kind of get a little foreshadowed.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Indiana and Miami. Miami's we don't know what to make of them this season. Gonna keep it brief with Miami because I really don't know what to say about them.
Yeah, man.
They could be playing okay.
They're falling.
I know who's not playing okay, Jimmy. I don't know if he's doing it because of the, you guys know about the rumors that's been going on. Apparently, Pat Riley and Jimmy haven't been seeing eye to eye lately. He might be on the trade block, might be wanting to leave in free agency. Who knows? It's definitely showing on the court though that there are some issues going on. So, just waiting to see about that Heat culture.
Yeah, you got to see how that plays out.
Cleveland and Charlotte are locked up right now. Cleveland up 10. Shout out Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell. We wanted him in the Garden a couple years ago. We wanted him. We wanted him bad. But
the man's getting buckets, getting paid, and he's sleeping with Coco Jones.
Is he really?
Yeah, Donovan man. That's his girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Guys, really? I didn't know that.
Deadass.
Am I just now finding this out?
You're late.
Coco Jones and Donovan Mitchell?
Coco motherfucking Jones, man. He's winning.
All right, Donovan, I wasn't familiar with your game.
He's winning.
I was not familiar.
She definitely.
Respectfully.
Yeah, man. On to the next. We got Memphis and Denver right now.
Memphis and Denver, that should be a good one. Yeah, Memphis is currently down. Oh, no, up 5.
They're up 5.
Damn, Denver, what's going on this season? Jokic is putting up statistically the best numbers of his career. So that's a little scary.
Where's he at?
The 4-time. See, I'm over here trying to freaking manifest. Oh my God. The 3-time MVP is currently averaging the most points, I think, rebounds and assists he's averaged to start the season off. So watch out for Jokic, man. If he gets 4, he's automatically, in my opinion, in that top 5 of bigs all time. You have to now.
That's a crazy.
Because how many other bigs have 4 MVPs like that with a ring?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, you got to start putting him into that upper echelon now. Like he might be like under Shaq or like under Wilt or under Bill. Right?
You can't put a top 5 without putting him up there.
Yeah, at that point, if he gets another MVP, regardless if they win the title or not,
you can't put together a top 5 bigs without putting him there now. Arguably.
Spicy. That
3 MVPs, a ring, the way he's done it.
Couple All-Stars, few All-NBAs.
He was a nobody.
He was a second. He got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. Was it for the Quesarito?
I believe it was.
Love the Quesarito. Jokic is outperforming the Quesarito right now.
So I'm just saying.
Hey.
But actually, I just pulled it up to look at it. It looks like tonight's game we got no Jokic and no Ja.
No Jokic and no Ja?
Yeah.
Why are we even talking about it?
I don't know. Let's go to the next game.
Thumbs down for that.
Boo. I'm not in that.
No, I'm kidding. Shout out both of y'all. Hope Memphis gets this together. You get a full season of Ja. See what you guys could do.
Jamal's playing. What's Jamal?
Jamal's playing. Jamal Murray knows how good he is. We all know how good Jamal Murray is. The Lakers know how good Jamal Murray is.
Yeah. Jamal Murray is good.
We got the poverty game for today. Detroit, Washington. Kill me in the comments if you want. I don't care. Your teams are not good.
Good thing about 2 bad teams playing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's usually competitive when 2 bad teams.
And I love Detroit. Don't get me wrong. I like Washington even. Detroit, Pistons are one of my favorite teams of all time.
They're exciting.
Gilbert Arenas is one of my favorite players of all time. Your teams are trash right now. Sorry, guys. But you know that. So I'm not going to kill you too hard.
Yeah. Good young pieces.
Well, I lied. I don't even want to. Should I call this a poverty? Well, yeah. Fuck Trae Young. Second poverty game. Got the Hawks and the Blazers. Hawks are up 11, but who cares? Trae Young's their point guard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry,
I guess it's
not sorry. Trae Young is not good in Dykeman to this day. He's not good in the city to this day. And wants to talk trash about Knicks fans being in his building cheering. Oh yeah, all them Knicks fans need to go home. You shouldn't even have that many Knicks fans in your building, Gangly. So make sure you sell out with all Hawk fans. Make sure all those seats are Hawk fans before you want to talk nonsense. And at the same time, get your record up, Gangly. You guys have been a play-in team or missed the playoffs for the last few seasons. You had one conference final that you beat us. Congratulations.
Can't still be riding off that high.
Can't still be riding off that high.
I don't know, man. Atlanta's weird. Atlanta's like they're like the definition of mid.
You got rid of DeJounte. God knows why. But best of luck to you, Hawks
man. I digress.
Best of luck to you. I don't have beef with you guys or your team. I have beef with your point guard. So tell him watch his mouth. It's all right though. We'll see him again.
We got the Rockets.
Bulls tonight.
That should be pretty.
Rockets been playing pretty decent. Zach LaVine's averaging I think 22 on the season. Did they beat us? They did beat us the other night. Shout out Chicago, even though Kobe White needs to cut his fucking hair because that wasn't a foul on Josh Hart. He swiped his hair. But
just got the noti for the game starting for tip off. Just got the noti. We got Dallas and we got Oklahoma City.
Should be game of the night.
Man. Let's talk about it. Let's cover it real quick, man. What's up? Can Dallas truly win with Luka if he's playing defense the way he's playing defense?
No.
Like we know you can score. We know you can give us 60. We know you can give us triple doubles. We know what you can do.
Can you get a couple steals?
Hey, matter of fact, bro,
can you slide your feet?
It's a nigga I watch on TikTok, bro. Hold on, man. Let me go see if I can find bro TikTok real quick. Because I just want to shout him out.
Yeah, go for it.
I try to give my credit where it's due. So what's this shit called? Braun So Funny. If you know, you know. But I be watching Braun So Funny.
Shout out Braun So Funny.
Bro, cool. The other day he pointed out he was watching the end of that game, watching the end specifically of I believe it was the Dallas and Golden State game.
Okay.
And he said that if you go down the stretch and you watch it, that Kyrie was going blow for blow with Steph. You know.
He always does though. He always does. That's like the Joker to Steph's Batman.
I know. And I know that, you know that, people that know ball know that. But what he pointed out, and I wasn't watching the game, so please tell me if bro was tripping, but we're going to go with what he said. He said down the stretch of that game, you could tell, though, that Luka then wanted the ball because Luka then wanted to try to make impacts on the game. And you go down, you have a couple of bad possessions with Luka trying to play ISO ball, when instead Luka should have been able to just take the back seat to Kai because Kai was cooking. And down the stretch of that game, they probably could have won it if he'd have let Kai take over. And then you turn around and you watch the game with Utah, and you watch. I saw man, I forgot OG name, but everybody should know OG on TikTok, the old black dude. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Y'all know who Unc is.
Yeah, we know. I think I know. You got a beard.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, we know. I forget.
But
name.
Nevertheless, Unc was showing, you know, bro who had Jordan Clarkson has said multiple times to the team, stay home, stay your man. I got my man. Let me die here.
Though? Like,
what happened is
if
you watch, Luka just wasn't paying attention.
What are we
Luka
thinking
had
about?
John Collins, and at the time it looked like Luka was ball watching. You know.
You can't be doing that, bro. Especially on John Collins. You know, if anybody's gonna cut, that's the guy that's gonna cut first. He's the one that you can throw it towards the rim, and he's got the best chance of going to get that shit. So Luka made it easy for him. They didn't even have to throw it at the rim.
No, exactly, and that's the point.
All he did was
I think
take a step. He saw Luka wasn't on him. He
at
took
some
off.
point in time, you become so much of a liability on the defensive side of the ball that having you there on offense is minuscule to the grander scheme of things. We know the impact that Luka has on the offensive side of the ball. We don't question that. We don't doubt that. But we need to see more from you defensively. You know, I put Luka in the we just had the conversation. We put Luka in that conversation of one of the best point guards in the league today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be the best.
But it's crazy to be in that conversation and I can't think of actually having you on a winning championship team. Like when you think of Steph isn't the best defensive.
Steph has led the league in
right?
steals before, though. At the same time,
Steph also
so
understands.
That's my defense with
Steph
that.
also understands he cannot be a liability on defense.
Absolutely.
And that's where the rubber hits the road. Like we talk about Jalen Brunson, and when we talk about Jalen Brunson being able to lead the league in charges,
right,
took and shit like that, man. Like I don't know. I'm high on Luka. I like Luka. I like Luka a lot, but what the fuck are you doing on the defensive side of the ball, man?
Luka's got to tighten up on defense. It's not really it's not like a debate thing, bro. Like if you want to win, that can't happen.
Yeah, bro.
Like Utah they're not a bad team, but at the same time, like you guys are the reigning Western Conference champions. You should have beat Utah. Yeah, like you guys should have beat them. And that type of mistake, that's like a rec league mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a mistake.
That's not
that
something
not my star
professional should make. Not especially your star.
Yeah, like you want me to give you the ball down the stretch of the game, but I can't trust you to stay on your assignment defensively.
Yeah.
What did Kawhi say? If we don't trust him to guard him, why is he on the floor?
Why is he on the floor? Yeah. Kawhi, yeah. Then why is he?
And when you become a star player and I have to contemplate taking you off the floor, nigga, you're wasting time. You're wasting timeouts.
Yeah.
Like, I can't afford to have to pull my star off the floor because I don't think you can competently play defense. That's just, I can't.
Yeah, that's a no-go. That's a no-go.
You're better than that. You've been playing professional ball since you were fucking 15, Luka. You know what the fuck a rotation is? Like, do we have to put you in zone?
He should know better than that.
Like,
he should know better than that. But be that as it may, Mavericks Thunder tonight, so we'll see how that goes. Nets Knicks, the rematch. We touched on it pretty much already. Everything we had to say about the Knicks. Just I think it might not be as close as it was last game tonight. Just because we have a way of things.
I was gonna say
that things work.
That NBA Cup kind of puts a different intensity to games too.
It do. I wouldn't mind winning that this year. I'm not too stressed about it, but
it'd probably be a nice morale boost.
Be a nice little nice little NBA Cup champs. Get us a little fake banner.
First time, the second time the Knicks. It'd be cool.
That'd be
storied
cool.
franchises.
Storied franchises. But we ain't taking the Nets lightly. We know how good Cam Thomas is, know how good Schroeder and them is, but I think they're without Claxton tonight. Nets are pretty banged up tonight, as far as I know. I know they got a couple missing guys, so it should be a decent night. I think we got Cat back tonight also, which is that should be the X factor. Yeah,
especially with no Claxton.
Yeah, no Claxton. That's gonna and we got to Huck Porty. He better see some minutes tonight. Tibbs, you get 4 blocks on a Tom Thibodeau team. I don't think you're going to sit very often after that. You know what I'm saying? You played that good defense.
Inactives for the night is Nick Claxton, Bogdanovich for the Nets, and Day'Ron Sharpe. Probably don't get no PT. Told y'all we was washing clothes if y'all heard that shit.
Good.
And then inactives for tonight. But inactives for the Knicks tonight, we got Deuce.
Deuce is inactive?
Yeah, Deuce.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that means the Rooks is gonna play, yo. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out Tyler Kolek and shout out Pacome Daddier.
That's hard.
Shout out the Knicks Rooks that got some burn and made a difference last game also.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's about it for
They
our
be thinking we don't got a bench. I'm like, y'all don't know
shit.
our rooks. We got a bench. What?
I said that's it for the inactives, other than
Oh,
like
that's
Precious
it.
and Mitch for
Precious
you know
and
guys that
okay.
was
Oh
already
yeah, yeah, they
inactive type
injured.
shit.
All right, so yeah, it should be a decent game. Hopefully, it's a good win for the Knicks. But like I said, we ain't taking the Nets lightly. And then last game for tonight is speaking of the Jazz, I got Jazz Clippers, two franchises that are, I guess, trying to hang in there, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Clippers
still want to be competing.
They probably have a better chance at the moment.
Well, yeah,
They
obviously
you just don't know what's up with Kawhi, man. Stop playing with that man's health, man.
Competing is all about the health of the team. Honestly, you got guys like PG, you got James Harden. These are both guys that
PG ain't there, boy.
Oh shit, you're right. You're right. Damn, you're right. Because PG is definitely in.
PG is in that house fire called Philadelphia 76ers. Right.
Well, still, I mean, even okay. So then, looking at it like that, I mean, Clippers still been playing good ball, but nevertheless, like you were just about to say about Kawhi, you got no healthy Kawhi, so you don't got Kawhi out there. And my thing about James Harden has always been, you know, what Harden am I going to get when it gets late in the year? It's like we know what he can do.
Yeah, he's been starting off pretty good so far.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But we know what James Harden can do. I don't knock it. Like, the man hasn't been one of the greatest scorers we've seen touch the floor. Like, I know what James Harden can do with the ball. But
we all do. Can he get back to Houston, James Harden?
That's the big thing.
Maybe not 2018 Houston Harden. Maybe not MVP Harden, because for some reason people want him to get back to that level, but I think that's a little far-fetched, especially at the moment. He's dealt with injuries over the years. He's getting older, you know what I'm saying? And his game has changed to a point where he's so much of a passer now that it's like,
yeah, you got a better chance of getting 15 and 15 from him than getting that 50.
Yeah, like, so I mean, James Harden is always going to be James Harden. Like, if you don't want Harden on your team, there's something wrong with you. You know, so even at this point, you know what I'm saying? But he just, like, yeah, it's basically on, can he hold down the fort long enough for Kawhi to come back? If Kawhi comes back at least 80%, the Clippers have a chance of maybe probably getting to the semis. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how that, that West is still deep, so depending on how that first round matchup looks, but it falls on Kawhi at this point. So that's all the games we got as far as NBA goes today. Any hot topics? Yeah, we gotta talk about a couple things. First things first, Father Time himself, man. That man, LeBron, what's his middle name? Raymond?
Yeah,
LeBron James the second or some shit like that or whatever.
Nigga said James the second.
I don't know.
That is my glorious king.
That is a 40-year-old next month who is spitting out triple doubles like it's saliva. So I'm not, we'll have the GOAT conversation another day on here. Hopefully with some extra bodies, just so it could be more of a debate. But he's up there, man. Like, he's up there. I'm not gonna disclose my GOAT right away, but
you can't deny what the man is doing.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'll say this, like I always say, LeBron James is the best statistical basketball player of all time. If if you look at his stats and he is the best statistical basketball player of all time. I will say that. His longevity has given him that advantage over 90% of players who have ever played.
Yeah, because we've seen players make it this far in their career, but we haven't seen players sustain this type of play
at this level
this long into their career.
He's
it's crazy, man.
He's timeless.
To see what he do.
It's beautiful to watch, and I can't wait to see how long he can go for.
Yeah, that's really what.
Because the question is now.
The other day that he's not playing till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, of course not. You don't want to do that. You never want to play till the wheels fall off. You don't want to end up, playing like Udonis Haslem. And no offense to UD. Shout out to the OG, but he spent the most of the last few years of his career just sitting on the end of the bench chilling. You don't want to, if you're LeBron, there's no universe in where that happens, right? So, I don't know. I guess it's just a matter of. I think it's a matter of what year is Bryce coming into the league? I think he wants to at least play with Bryce.
Yeah, he might want to touch the floor with Bryce.
And then probably a season or two after that, he'll be like, all right, I'm good.
It probably also depends on how he feels like his body is holding up.
That too. I mean, he spends a healthy amount of bread on his body just to stay in shape. So it's like,
yeah,
I could see him averaging, 18 at like 42.
Yeah, the way
you know what I'm
playing,
saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's Braun.
The way he's playing, yeah.
That's Braun. He's Braun. You feel me? So yeah, shout out Braun. Another thing I wanted to talk about, get your opinion on, because I don't think we talked about this yet at all. Wemby had that 50 ball the other day, man. This kid, this kid. I'm gonna quote KJ. We got a 7'5" Frenchman who's nutmegging. He nutmegged the guard. He nutmegged the guard. Like, are you serious? Like, no, but honest to God,
he's a fucking alien.
I thought he was gonna get 50 last year. I'm surprised he didn't get it earlier. But
hey man, I'll say this:
8 threes, Anthony.
I'll say
8 threes.
I wanna say this. When Wemby was drafted, I said out my own mouth that I was on the fence about him, and the only reason I said that was just because I felt like he was small. Not height wise, obviously. I felt like he was like weight wise,
like everybody did. That was the talk. That was the
only qualm I had with bro.
How did that go?
Now look, I love how they handled getting him into the league early. They let him run a lot of the 4, and even though he was gonna be down there, still banging, you didn't put him up into a lot of big matchups with a lot of the 5s that have that weight on them until you felt like he put some more weight on. So obviously, I thought San Antonio was gonna handle that well, as they did. And the development, the growth I'm seeing from him as the game has went on, I'm loving it. I'm big on Wemby. I think that, man, I get speechless.
I'll tell you what, having Chris Paul has definitely helped him.
I was just about to say that. You have a point that not just knows what he is doing. He's been around the league. This is point guard type shit.
That's what he do.
But
that's what he do.
A big problem we had last year is we felt like the people on that team won't get Wemby the ball when they should have been getting him the ball. For
whatever reason.
Man, people be wanting to hog the spotlight.
They want to get their little buckets in.
Like y'all didn't know that was his team.
That was his team the second the Spurs got the first pick.
Wherever he went,
the draft.
Wherever he went, he was gonna have the keys to the Ferrari.
The draft lottery wasn't it wasn't the NBA draft lottery. It was the who gets Victor Wembanyama lottery.
And I'll say this.
So they should have known.
I'll say this. We'll touch base on a lot of this stuff later as the podcast develops and grows. But I'm big on certain conspiracies, and if you around basketball, then obviously there's conspiracies around the lottery and around getting big time players to big franchises and big markets to allow them to be able to get back into the spotlight. And regardless of if that's what this was or wasn't, I think where Wemby ended up is exactly where he should have.
It was. I told you when it happened. I called you. I was like, that's a perfect landing spot for him.
Yeah, man.
It's like there's like no better organization for him to go to as far as development, coaching, and franchise and star player. Like he fits.
You got to think about it.
Fits.
When you think of like historic bigs that he was going to be able to get in touch with, and obviously, he was going to be able to talk to and pick the brains of those guys that we know of, but
regardless.
But Keaton, you got Tim Duncan and David Robinson. So
all being headed by Pop.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
And
that legendary development staff, coaching
you
staff,
throwing guys like TP, you throwing guys like Manu.
You got guys that are just associated with the organization, period.
So he's going to be, and like you just said, like we just touched on, now being around Chris Paul, he's going to be able to develop a lot of growth in his basketball knowledge and mindset on top of the body frame that he'll develop, the footwork, how much
which he's
better he'll
already
get.
developing, by the way. He's put on a lot of weight, a lot of muscle. You see a difference last year to this year.
So
even with the
I
confidence level, man, you see this kid. He's starting to. All right, give me the ball. Let me work. Like let me do my thing, bro. Like
that 50 ball was just scratching the surface of what we're gonna see from him, man. I think
didn't you already have a 5x5 this season?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
y'all think Wemby is scary this year? Wait for year 3 Wemby. I've been saying that though.
Year 3 Wemby might be in them.
I've been saying year 3 Wemby
depending on
what
the standings look like out west with San Antonio. He could keep him in the, let's say, in the 4 to 6 range. He'll be in the conversation
easily.
Get him some help. I don't know how they didn't put a package. I don't care what Atlanta wanted. Take everybody except Wemby. Give me Trey. I'm not, and I just kind of like shat on Trae Young a little while ago, but he's not a bad player. I never once said he's trash. He's a good player. I would like him more if he was in San Antonio. That combination is scary.
I think
that's a scary kind. That pick and roll is intimidating as hell.
I think San Antonio at this point now, with the way Wemby's playing this offseason, you're gonna have to look at them because somebody's gonna want to go there. Somebody who becomes available,
I would,
is gonna want to go there because I'm curious on how he's playing beside him. That's
how he plays next to a star.
Easy assist.
Because you could say Chris Paul is a star, but not right now. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Not at this age.
Not at this stage in his career.
He's not supposed to be.
He's a starting point guard still, but he's not a end of the game, get a ball to CP. He ain't that no more. We love CP though. We love all the OGs.
Like I said, he's not supposed to be at this stage. It's like look at LA. We can appreciate how LeBron is playing because AD is finally playing to the level when he's healthy to do what he needs to be doing.
Yeah.
That was supposed to have been AD's team that LeBron was supporting AD. And now LeBron's able to do that.
Yeah.
LeBron will be able to take over because he's LeBron James. And he'll still have those flashes and those moments when he shows who he is.
But look what he's doing now.
The ball was supposed to be able to run through Anthony Davis's hands because at this stage in your career, this is your prime.
That's shout out JJ Redick too because he's the one that's really like leaning into that. JJ is I got mad love for JJ as a player, and as a coach, he's shown me just even better shit. Like I'm looking at him as a coach, he's yelling at Bron and shit. Like he's like he's holding him accountable. He's talking to the press like he don't care, bro. But he does care. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what they needed. They needed a real coach.
I see the Lakers sticking with him for a while. I see him sticking with JJ for a while.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You got to, man. The way JJ's actually turned them around, you can tell that they have some type of order and direction that they're going in. They have a culture that's being built there. Like I always say, I wasn't high on Darvin Ham because I felt like in moments when you need a coach to draw up things for you or a coach to corral the team in and say this is the direction we're going in, I felt like that was put on LeBron's plate too much when Darvin Ham was there. And that's not what LeBron is supposed to be doing.
LeBron was publicly saying, this is AD's team. I want AD to beat it. Da-da-da. And you drawing shit up for Bron every other play. It's like, all right, dog. Like
Bron is a on-court coach, which means you allow for him to do things and adjust things on the court, on the fly as you need, but it does not alleviate the fact that you need an actual coach.
Exactly.
So, shout out JJ for what he's been doing, man. Shout out JJ. Big shout out.
Should be a good, good rest of the night in the league. Got a few games tomorrow. Oh, we got a back-to-back. That's cool. We got Washington tomorrow. I ain't tripping off that. We'll talk about that next episode. All right, so we'll transition now, man, into for all my wrestling fans out there, this is for y'all. This next part is for you guys. We're gonna touch on what's been going on in the WWE and around the rest of the wrestling world a little bit. That's funny. Right? Did you catch any SmackDown the other night, man?
Damn, gang. No, I didn't actually. I had a lot going on Friday, man. Hey, don't look at me like that, bro. Don't look at me like that.
L's in the comments.
Don't drop no L's in the comments. Man.
L's in the comments for this guy.
It be a lot.
I be telling him, Chad. I be telling him, yo. I be like, hey,
bro. It's not that I don't be tuned in. It's just that it be, bro. I be telling y'all, bro. I be drunk. Damn, bro.
I be drunk, y'all. That's what he said.
I be drunk, bro.
But yeah,
that's
so
on me. That's on me.
You know, though, we're building a Survivor Series, man. You know, that's basically what's been going on. The headline, you know, is old bloodline versus new bloodline, 5-on-5 in War Games. Apparently, it was revealed on SmackDown that the fifth member of Solo's bloodline is Bronson Reed. And that was I know. That was a kind of out of left field.
That was a fool.
Just to paint a picture for you and for anybody else that didn't catch it, I guess, a little recap. I loved, first of all, this segment kicked all the ass, bro. Like, this shit was awesome. You know, Solo's in the ring talking trash, da-da-da. He got his bloodline with him. You know, Jacob Fatu's back there again doing the I love you, Solo, all of that. You know what I'm saying? We love Fatu. We love Jacob Fatu. And then, you know, Roman, Sammy, and the twins, you know, they sitting back there, and they come out, you know, they like, cause he ain't finna keep talking, right? So they come out and they, you know, they do their nice little entrance. We have a nice standoff.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, are they gonna do it? And sure enough, then they start going at it. It's
okay.
Brawling. I'm like, okay, bet. Brawling. They brawling for a minute. Look like Roman about to take them all out. And then out the blue, Bronson Reed comes out, right? So apparently, it's revealed Bronson Reed is the fifth member of Solo's team.
That's nuts, though. That's a crazy pull.
I ain't gonna lie, that is a crazy pull, because the way they was doing Roman in, man, you got Jacob Fatu did his little moonsault, and then they dragged him, and Bronson gave him a dirty tsunami. It was like, oh my God, like, damn. Not
the tribal chief.
Yeah, they killed the tribal chief, bro. They did him in.
No, not
they
the
did
tribal
him in.
chief.
So we still don't know who the fifth member is.
That's not P,
man. Poor Say, that's not P at all. Poor Sammy been going around trying to recruit people. It ain't working. Don't nobody fuck with Roman. Don't nobody fuck with the bloodline. They looking at Sammy like, you look stupid. So we don't know who that's gonna be. But
you got any any ideas?
I'm hoping it's Umaga's son that's been killing the independents lately.
Okay.
Zilla Fatu. I'm hoping he's that guy for him. I don't know what his contract is like. I don't know if he's even gotten the call yet. But storyline purposes, that'd be awesome. You know.
Yeah, I think that'd be
anyone? I mean, they already asked Seth. And Seth is supposed to fight Bronson Reed on Monday anyway. You know, they're supposed to have their little end it all match, you know, because they've been killing each other every week.
So maybe Seth.
But he already declined, which is why it's kind of funny.
Okay.
Because he already declined Sammy and called him a hypocrite and said, I ain't doing none of that. Leave me out of it. Mm-hmm. You could say Cody, but at the same time, Cody's trying to take Kevin out because Kevin gave Randy a fucking pile driver last week. Fucked Randy's neck up, apparently. That's probably kayfabe, but, you know, like, gave him a pile driver. He protected the hell out of it. He barely landed it, you know what I'm saying? But it still looked pretty good. It's a pile driver. It's a band move.
Regardless, regardless.
Because, you know, you got AEW over there, 20 pile drivers every episode of their show. So it's like, and they're probably going to hate, people are going to hate me for that. I'm taking a shot at AEW. I don't hate AEW. I just prefer WWE. And like, I watch AEW from time to time. I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad. I hate the fans that are pick a side. Like, just enjoy the product, bro. Just enjoy wrestling.
It got to be like that.
Half the AEW roster used to be in WWE anyway, so it's like, who cares?
Yeah,
like, you know,
the good people in AEW are probably going to leave for WWE.
Oh, they're going to hate you for saying that, bud.
Yeah.
These AEW marks, they don't play. You got the AEW fans that you know, they watch like I do and stuff, and they appreciate both. But then you got the guys that they're gonna crucify you.
Well, you just fussed at me for not watching SmackDown because I'd be drunk. So you really think I'm gonna give a fuck about what they say? Right? And no knock, bro. Please watch. I'm not saying like I don't care about your opinion. I'm just saying I'm not I'm not gonna lose sleep. I said what I said.
Hey, bro.
I don't know.
Cause y'all do gotta chill, bro. We get it, bro.
Like, I get it.
We get it.
Hey,
y'all have good wrestling.
AEW
is where the best wrestle. That's what they say. It's where the best wrestle.
I'm biased.
That's a bit of an objective. That sounds more like an opinionative statement to me. Because you could say the best wrestlers in the world are in the number one company. You could say the best wrestlers in the world were in the majority of the top 5 PWI 100.
Who helped AEW get off the ground? Who was a part of that whole? Who started it or what? Like who got it?
I believe it was a man. Well, I'll give it to 5.
Well,
I'll give it to 5 guys. I'll give it to.
It's I'll give you a question. Like you feel me? Like I want the knowledge, but I also I'm here to make a point. So please.
Okay.
So please.
Oh man, they're gonna hate us for this, bro. They're gonna hate us for this. I can see the comments now from the AEW fans. I'll give you these guys first.
Please do.
Let's go Kenny Omega, right? And let's go the Young Bucks.
Okay.
You can count that as one person. You can count it as 2 people.
Okay.
If you want to count it as one, let's count it as one person.
Okay.
Let's go Kenny and the Bucks.
Cool.
Let's go. Now, I think this is where your point might start to kick in. I could be wrong. Who knows? You got Chris Jericho. You got Cody Rhodes. And then last, obviously, the guy that had to put all the money in, so you got Tony Khan. Okay, cool. Those are pretty much, that's the 5-headed dragon that helped.
Cool. Look, I learned something new today, guys. You know, I learned some names. But I think, like I said, to further my point, and again, not an aficionado or anything.
That's a good word.
You feel me? I think Cody and Chris Jericho both had big roles and impacts in the WWE.
See, and I would agree.
You feel me?
I would agree.
And I feel like that's just a factual statement. Again, not trying to make anything overly opinion stated. And that's a factual statement.
People are going to try to, before Cody left WWE, he was Stardust. He was a Intercontinental Champion. He was a Tag Team Champion.
And that was also
he was in a high-profile shit with Randy while he was in Legacy.
Why do we know who Cody Rhodes is?
That's true. He from,
And that's my point.
You could argue, his dad's Dusty Rhodes.
And that
but
also
that all goes back
point.
to exactly. So
see, I got a little bit of knowledge, y'all. Okay, I do
you're
got
making
a little bit of something
point.
up there.
But,
so all I'm saying is not that there aren't going to be wrestlers who go on to AEW and have solid careers. Not that AEW hasn't given some wrestlers some solid rides off into the sunset. All I'm saying is, from the knowledge I have, is that when people say I want to be a wrestler, I want to be on the biggest stage there is, I haven't heard anybody say I want to go wrestle in AEW. And granted, that is a newer company, so maybe somewhere down the line, somebody will come up to me and say, my goal is to be in AEW.
Maybe people have
said it.
Who knows?
Boom. I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is, my brother here, who has wanted to be who has been a fan of wrestling, and when he talks about, the concept of maybe pursuing the career, he would say he would want to be in the WWE. Anybody I've heard say it would say they want to be in the WWE. And I'm pretty sure there are people on the roster whose goal was to be in the WWE, and they're just in AEW right now as hopefully a stepping stone.
I mean, at the same time, just WWE's developmental system is just head and shoulders above, I think, all the other companies. And that's not a biased statement. That's just you look at they just came out with a new shit this month called WWE ID, which is I think they're profiling and basically like scouting independent wrestlers.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? Which is also fucking like that helps with that holy shit that you're thinking about the future. But then at the same time, you've got the Performance Center that opened. I guess it's been like a decade now that it's been open or something like that. You've got the different scouts that will go to the indies and get these guys. The Performance Center helps develop people for NXT, which is considered still their quote unquote developmental brand. But a lot of the fans that are watching will agree that NXT has put on some of the best matches in the past few years that we've seen. In 2019 NXT was some of the best wrestling like we've seen in a while. Like, yeah, man. Like NXT has had some stacked rosters at some point. So it's like, even then, it's their developmental is still kicking ass. So it's like, not a knock in AEW because, like I said, I will watch a lot of the pay-per-views because that's where a lot of the big matches, the high-profile matches that you want to see will happen. You got a lot of Will Ospreay dream matches, a lot of Kenny Omega dream matches and stuff like that. Moxley, about Moxley's over there doing his thing and stuff. He murdered Daniel Bryan and stuff like that. So yeah, murdered. Yeah, you guys, the ones that saw it, you guys know. Yeah, bag over his head and all of that. Just
damn
insanity.
Man, not damn. Damn.
Sorry, Bryan Danielson. But yeah, so, but that back to the topic at hand, I guess.
That's my fault, guys.
Try not to kill us in the comments about that. But
don't attack him, attack me.
Last thing we saw on SmackDown was Roman tried to call Paul after Jay kept screaming at him, make the call loose, like So
I seen that on Twitter.
Paul shit went straight to voicemail. I don't know if he got it blocked. I don't know if his phone's broke. I don't know what happened, but we don't know what's up with Paul. So I guess we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah. I hope Paul don't do some weird shit.
Yeah, let's hope not. But
that'd be nuts.
Other than that, yeah.
That's about
Shinsuke's back. I guess he's got his sights set on the U.S. title, LA Knight, who got a little custom title, by the way. It's nothing too crazy. They just put his logo on the strap, basically, and it's like, it's cool. It's like spots, but it's his logo. So this is pretty cool. Nia Jax and Naomi had a banger. It was a pretty good episode of SmackDown, actually, if I'm being completely honest.
I might have to go back.
Yeah, Naomi and Nia Jax had a nice little women's title match. What else happened on SmackDown, man? I'm trying to see. Bayley qualified for that women's U.S. title tournament. All of that. They got that going on.
That's
yeah, that's cool. That I told you about that women's U.S. title. The women deserve that. The women of WWE deserve a mid-card title. Their rosters are stacked, and they need it. Yeah.
Put some gold on some other people too.
Yeah, right. Give some of them other girls that maybe not world champion material yet. That's what the mid-card titles are for.
See how you gonna handle
the step before. So that'd be good. Yeah, DIY is apparently going at it because Tommaso Ciampa is just pissed that Street Profits kind of cut the line, and Street Profits and Motor City Machine Guns both kind of cut the line. The Machine Guns won the titles on their like third, fourth match, and then the Profits kind of got a title match, and then Tommaso Ciampa's pissed off, so he's going off on everybody. Interrupted the tag title match. It was a good match too.
I interrupted that shit too, though.
Motor City is the top notch.
Give me my fucking belt.
He's pissed, though. He's pissed. Everybody knows how.
That's why I couldn't be no wrestler, bro.
Well, some people know how Ciampa could get.
At the end of the day, bro, I'm putting hard work into this shit. What you mean you about to write these niggas in, bro? What the fuck you mean, bro? I broke my ribs 3 months ago trying to get this shit, bro. The fuck you mean you about to just write this nigga? This nigga been chilling. The fuck you talking about right now?
That's funny though.
What you mean? He got history? That's my ribs about the fucking history. The hell?
Oh shit.
I'm just, let's be real about it for a second.
But
I'd be pissed too. They be like, bro, this not in the script. Fuck the script.
No, honestly.
I'm trying to win.
Yeah, no, DIY. I mean, they held the titles for, I think, a couple weeks before, like, they had to put them on the bloodline, because you had to put them on the bloodline, give them give him some credibility. That was the early Bloodline stages, so early solo Bloodline stages. But yeah, so
We're doing illegal pile drive.
pile drivers. That's what's going on SmackDown. Over on Raw, we got Bianca and them. I think they're getting ready for Survivor Series. It looks like Survivor Series Women's is gonna be Damage Control with like Bianca and Jade and probably like somebody. If Rhea comes back, that'll be cool. Because I know she's been injured and shit. And the heel team could be fucking maybe Nia and like who knows, Nia and Liv might team up or some shit. Like who knows what the female War Games team could be, but that'll still the women's War Games matches are always good. All the War Games matches are always good regardless. You got Priest and Gunther getting ready to run it back. Priest trying to get that world title back, Gunther keep talking his trash. I guess
Gunther had that bitch for a minute.
Yeah, Gunther had it since SummerSlam. Good for him. He deserves it. He kicks ass. He goes hard, man. Priest, he's still pissed because Finn Balor screwed him out of it. So his whole thing is like, oh, you can't beat me for real. You only beat me because this nigga screwed me out of it. So, and then Gunther's doing a good job of selling I don't know if I can really beat you. So it's like, but yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch. They had a really good match at SummerSlam too. So that the storyline build and everything, that's gonna be cool. The Final Testament and The Miz. I love what they're doing with Final Testament. I think Karrion Kross is so underrated. You guys could let me know in the comments how you guys feel, who you guys think might be underrated on the roster. I think there's a bunch of picture. Gable is underrated. Kross is underrated. Like freaking yeah, what they're doing with the Wyatt Six right now is cool. Because I thought for a second that the Wyatt Six wasn't worried about the Final Testament, and then like just Miz, but nah, they're trying to get them all. And it's like it's funny because they definitely got a little upper hand on them on Monday, and that was really the first time we saw the Wyatt Six like get their asses beat. So that was kind of funny, and that might be another War Games match. I saw somebody online saying like that could be like we could have more than 2 War Games matches this year, and that's
hard.
That's cool. Like yeah, I ain't mad at that. Yeah, I ain't mad at that at all. So yeah, we looking forward to that. That'll be cool. Miz is doing his heel stuff. Like I said, Cross is doing some great work. He needed something like this. I was thinking they were gonna wait till WrestleMania to do something like this, just because like his, the Final Testament and the YS6 are kind of not similar, but they give off the same type of spooky vibe. You know what I mean? Like that cryptic shit. So like, but hey, give it to us while it's hot. I guess that's cool.
Ride the wave.
And I think other than that, yeah, Seth and Bronson, they're supposed to have their end all be all on Monday, but who knows if it's gonna end all? Bronson over here in the Bloodline, he's an honorary member. They got their own little honorary oos, but yeah, I guess we'll see what goes on with that. That's I know they're gonna have a good match regardless because they've been killing each other the past couple weeks, just literally just going out, just fighting, beating each other up with stuff. So like, that'll be fine. And other than that, I think that's pretty much what's been going on with the wrestling news. I honestly can't really tell you what's going on in AEW right now without having to look it up per se. But I know Bobby and the Hurt Business, man, they're kicking. They over there going at this man Swerve, and Swerve's hype man, the old dude that be dancing with him and shit. That's cool to see. Just because you knew that MVP and Bobby and them was frustrated, and it's not like I don't know if Triple H just didn't have anything for them or just didn't like have a way to fit them into anything at the moment with all the different storylines bleeding into each other, but they're happy over there in AEW, and good for them because Bobby Lashley's Bobby Lashley, MVP is MVP. Shelton Benjamin's getting showcased. You know, because Shelton's a fucking...
Yeah, but...
We all know. Ain't no stopping me now. What? The gold standard. We already know.
Yeah, Shelton's hard. Shelton's hard.
So yeah, so they're over there doing their Hurt Business thing. I'm sorry, Hurt Syndicate. The Hurt Syndicate now, because you can't use Hurt Business. But yeah, they're over there doing their Hurt Syndicate shit, and that they're handing out business cards like, hey, like come holler at us, and it's like it's cool to see. Other than that, yeah, Moxley's over there with his crew. What do they call the Death Riders or some shit like that? He got Cesaro, and I'm sorry, Claudio Castagnoli. I'm sorry, he's not Cesaro. Claudio and fucking the young guy Wheeler Yuta, who's really good, by the way. Wheeler Yuta's really good, but he just turns his back on Daniel Bryan. He fucking betrayed Daniel Bryan like the rest of them. I'm sorry, Bryan Danielson, like the rest of them. So it's kind of funny, but they're just going around kicking everybody's ass, trying to take over the company. Basically, they're reshaping the company the way they want it and all of that shit. So it's like,
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's Mox. So he's doing what he does. We all know how Dean Ambrose / John Moxley is. He's one of the best. One of the best. So then yeah, doing other stuff, the Elite and all of that. I'm just ready for I'm ready for their next pay-per-view. I think Full Gear. No, not Full Gear. Just passed. I think I don't know what their next pay-per-view is, but I'm ready for that because I know that's probably gonna have a stat card. But yeah, that pretty much does it for the wrestling news and all of that. What else? What I was about to say? There's oh yeah, we didn't get a chance to air the last episode, but we did briefly talk about world events, I guess if you want to call it that. Yeah, there was an election a couple weeks ago, and by now we all know who won. Man, you're busy over there, aren't you?
Hey man, I'm a popular man. I'm lying like shit.
But
I think it's the 2K group chat. My brother mad because the 49ers lost.
Ooh.
20-17 to Seattle. As my brother would say, he wants them to fire Kyle Shitty Hands.
Let us know how you feel about that. Yeah. Can't really speak on that, but
yeah.
Let us know how you guys feel about Kyle Shitty Hands, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, there was an election a couple weeks ago. We all know who won. World's still spinning, people.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. I'm not gonna be biased on this show about that because we're not really a politics type of thing. We don't really,
No,
we talk about it a lot. Not a lot, but we say the same thing a lot. About it. We got work the next day regardless. So as long as there's no world wars starting yet, or anything crazy going on at the moment. I mean, yeah, like I said, the world's gonna keep spinning, man. Just make sure you guys pay your bills and watch your backs, and everybody gonna be okay. Everybody gonna be cool. Mind your business. A lot of y'all don't mind y'all business. Mind your business. Shut up every once in a while. It's okay. It's all right. Like, does anybody ever? It's okay, guys. Chill out. Cool. Don't always gotta leave a comment. Don't always gotta, respond to something. Your opinion. I'm sorry, guys, but a lot of you value your opinion more than you should. At the end of the day, it's one of billions of people. So, all right. Relax, Be cool about it. And yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't think it's nothing too crazy going on. Nothing else, man.
Chilling, other than that, I'm chilling.
We should be all good. I'm praying to the heavens that this is the episode that's cut and pasted and uploaded for you guys to enjoy. Everything goes as planned. You'll be seeing us weekly. So if you enjoy the episode, if you guys are looking forward to if you had a laugh, if you're looking forward to what we gotta say or whatever, or if you just want to come in the comments and hate on us, call us names.
I'm always here for the shit
be
talk.
mean to us.
Shit talk a little bit.
Drop a couple racial slurs. It's a free country.
I don't know. You say racial slur to me, you won't.
And just make sure as always, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, because like I said, man, we reach
100 subscribers.
100 subscribers. One of you is reaching $100.
I feel like that's easy money.
That's doable.
I don't think that's
one
hard.
click for you.
Cash
you don't know what
us.
that might mean for me. So it's less of a gamble for you.
Honestly.
Hey. It's for you guys though. You support us. We appreciate that.
We appreciate it.
But like I said, man, it's getting a little cold out here, so
I guess we gonna wrap it all up, man.
Thank you guys if you made it this far. We greatly appreciate you.
Definitely appreciate it.
Welcome to the pod, man. Welcome to the ride.
We're having a conversation.